Hey y'all, I'm Jamie Welch and I'm going to be summarizing the section on the third phase of curricular use, which would be enactment. So this phase deals with actually putting the curriculum into motion. It is where the rubber meets the road. So it's, we planned our curriculum. We found it first, the written curriculum, and then we planned it. And now we're saying, okay, what happens when we actually enact curricula in the classrooms? So we're looking at how they're set up and then put into play. And we're looking at it through the lens of mathematical tasks. So we talk about how mathematical tasks need to be worthwhile. They need to capture curiosity, engage students. They need to allow students for multiple ways to solve problems. We don't want tasks that are procedure-based. We're looking at more cognitively demanding tasks. We are looking for them to be words like group worthy, so worthy of having students work together in groups. We want these to be high level and challenging tasks for the students. So we want them to see mathematical learning not just as algorithmic thinking. We want to get students to get out of, okay, in order to do math, I need to just implement this procedure and I'm done. We want them to really think about it. So what was interesting in the reading was that it's not so hard for teachers, doesn't seem to be so hard for teachers to plan these higher level tasks or to find them. But where we lose that, the integrity of the task or of the curricular may be in this enacting stage. And that could be due to a lot of things, not just the teacher's fault, because we know that curriculum is more than just what the teacher feeds the students. The curriculum is, we have the hidden curriculum and all these other different aspects of the classroom. So your classroom norms and procedures and those things are going to influence the enactment of the curriculum. It can fall on the teacher when maybe the teacher feels like they are struggling to relinquish the authority to the students, where students can feel more of their ownership of their learning. We are some things that also will influence the enacted curriculum would be the teacher's beliefs of their how good of a teacher they are, or maybe the teacher's effectiveness in questioning students. One thing that we see is that students will see these challenging tasks and they'll feel as though they can't complete it. So they'll just kind of disengage. And when students disengage from a task, of course that intended curriculum is not reaching them. That's where we're having gaps in that. Sometimes students can put that burden on teachers to make the task less meaningful, and they may ask questions because they feel as though it's too risky. So they're asking their teachers to make this task a little clearer for me, make it smaller. What procedure am I supposed to use? How am I supposed to do this? And then that would also jeopardize the integrity of the curriculum as well. So one vocabulary word that kind of stuck out to me that I'd never heard before was orientation in this aspect. A teacher's orientation refers to their stance on curriculum materials, and I thought it was really interesting. You'll hear teachers talk about old school, or I'm going to get out an old school textbook or something like that. And so a teacher's stance on a type of curriculum as old school or innovative, it refers to their orientation, and that can greatly affect the enactment of the curriculum as well. Say you are excited to try something new, so you decide to do something innovative, but you're still thinking, kids aren't going to learn this. That would be kind of considered the teacher's orientation, and just their belief of that can affect the enactment as well of that curriculum and how it actually comes together. So all in all, the enactment is it is really and truly where we bring in the human interaction. It's the human side of curriculum, and so it can bring in a lot of variation, because it's where your teacher's implementing it, but your students are having to interact with each other and interact with the curriculum as well. They're doing the task. This is where it actually happens. And I thought it was interesting that the more standards-based and task-based your curriculum is, the more difference you're going to have in that implementation. And that about sums up curricular enactment.